If you're a brand new seller on eBay and you're not getting any sales, in this video I'm gonna tell you the tips. Honestly, I never talked about them. Nobody will ever tell you these things, and if you do this, I can guarantee you're gonna get the sales instantly. None of the people do that. Most of the people don't even know. So before any delay, you're not gonna hit the like and subscribe anyway. There is no point of asking. So let's get started. So number one, a lot of people ask me, Zen, how many items should I list every single day? And the answer to that one, I would say you start with 5 items only. And there is a myth among many sellers that if you list the item every single day, if you do listing on eBay every single day, this is the way the algorithm is going to be happy. So your sale is going to be higher. You're going to get the sales on a consistent basis. To be honest with you, this is a myth at the end. I have done the listing every single day as well. And I have also done the listing in terms of batches. So I would list, let's say 15 items after 1 week or 20 items after every 2 weeks as well. So I did not see any difference in the terms of algorithm working in my favor. The reason I say that, so you should list only 5 items, because the thing that you need to keep in mind as a new seller is your sell-through rate. So let's say you only list 5 items and those items are not getting any sales in the beginning. You should go inside your eBay and check your analytics and see which item is getting less number of views. So after, let's say 2 weeks, remove that item and then replace that with something else. So you should have to have 5 items first which get some amount of sale on a consistent basis before you start listing more items. This is the way your sell-through rate will stay up, because eBay need to make sure before they start to push your items inside the algorithm that you are getting some amount of sale and your items are worth selling. And also on the top of that, once you deliver the item, customer is happy with it as well. So normally you can see your sell-through rate as well. So you can see this store right here, they have 698 active listing and they have only 263 listing where they are getting consistent amount of sale as well. So this store really need to be optimized, even though their monthly sale is over 200,000. But recently they asked me to have a look at their store right here, and I told them to remove all the dead listings. So once you remove all the dead listings for time being, and then you can start listing the same item slowly, then your sell-through rate will actually go up. So eBay will start to push your item inside the algorithm as well. So I hope that makes sense. So you wanna make sure in the beginning, once you're starting your store, you need to have items which sell on a consistent basis. This is the way eBay will know, okay, well, this seller, even though they are new to the platform, any item they list, that item get the sales on a consistent basis. So every new listing that you will do, it will be pushed into algorithm. So don't fall into this trap like you need to list the item every single day. The simple fact, once you list the item every single day, you have more item for sales. You know what I mean? And you have more visibility at the end of day. But the reason eBay don't like that, especially once you are doing brand new item, eBay need to make sure that you are providing a good customer experience as well. So once the customer is receiving the item, they are happy with it. They don't have a problem with if you are drop shipping the item, as long as the customer is happy. But if you are consistently listing all different types of item, desperately trying to get some sort of sale as well, so this will put your account in some sort of suspicion where the eBay will say, okay, well, if you're listing that many item and your item not getting sales as well, they sort of see you as a threat to sort of their user experience, and they will say, okay, well, now we need to check the invoices for this one, we need to check XYZ, blah blah blah. You don't want to fall into that. Just list 5 items to start with, see which one are getting sales, keep those, and the rest of them remove them and replace them with something else. So slowly you do your assessment after every 20 days, and you also increase the listing. This is a marathon. This is not like a sale, like a race at the end. So getting a sale is like a marathon. You need to work slowly towards building the catalog which get the sales on a consistent basis. So number 2, a lot of people ask me, Zen, shall I list all different type of item, or I stick with only one niche or one category? The answer to that is little bit complicated, but I'm gonna try to explain the best way I can so you will understand in a simple words as well. In the beginning, let me tell you this, your niche is to make money, especially especially if you don't have some sort of background. You're not coming from like a sales background or business background, which I would say will be the case of most of the people. In my case, the reason I was selling only mobile phone and accessories because I had a mobile phone shop. So all the items which I was selling in a physical shop, those were the item I was selling online as well. So that's the reason I was sticking with one niche. But if I wasn't coming from any business background, I will try to sell all type of different item to see what is the item or what will be the category I will be more successful in. Because at the end of the day, trust me, it is mostly it is about test and trial to find out what niche will be the best for you. So in the terms of pros and cons, once we are sticking with one niche or once we are not sticking with one niche, especially most of the new sellers, they will be attracted toward drop shipping the item. So they will be dealing with some sort of drop shipping supplier. This is where you don't have to worry about sourcing. So there is no con in this one. Your supplier is already giving you all different types of item, and you should try to list as many item you can, I meant to say from any different category to do the test and trial to see what category will work for you. But as many people know, dropshipping doesn't have a lot of profit margin. Yes, you can rely on dropshipping as a full-time seller as well, but this is something which I believe you can't scale over the period of time. So in order for you to scale the business, you're gonna have to find some sort of supplier in China who can give you a cheaper prices, and you will be able to scale the business. You will have a full control over the quantity of the item. You will have control over the quality of the item as well. So when it comes to dealing with the supplier in China, so in my case, I buy mobile phone and accessories, for example. I can only talk to one factory who can provide me each and everything, and that factory is already making mobile phone and accessories. The reason for that is I'm sticking to one niche, so all of my requirement is getting fulfilled by one factory in China. I don't need to talk to different suppliers or different manufacturers in China as well. So over the period of time, it gets easier for you to sort of deal with the logistics of the business. You know what I mean? But in the beginning, you honestly, most of the people just simply don't have any experience, don't have any past in my example, as I said, I had a mobile phone shop. Most of the people they are not coming from that sort of background. So you need to see what type of item are selling for you. A lot of people will be okay, well, then I like to sell this. I would say, and I completely get that, to be honest with you. If this is something you like selling, by all means go for it. But at the same time, you need to keep in mind, in the business, it is not about you. It is about the customer. You have to see what the customer want at the end of the day. And that is not necessarily going to be something that you want to sell as well, but you have to see what customer is demanding. So you are sort of provider, what they are asking for, you have to sell that thing at the end of the day as well, without you having to like or not like. That I think is out of equation in this sort of case as well. So a lot of time, I come across many items which I probably, I'm not really personally passionate about them, personally passionate about selling those items, but there is a great profit margin. So I sell mobile phones and accessories, and now I'm trying to diversify my portfolio selling home and kitchen items. So a cabinet organizer or wardrobe organizer, curtains, all that kind of stuff as well. And to be honest with you, I'm not I don't consider myself who is something who is into it. My ward, you can see around here, my wardrobes are mess most of the time anyway. So even though I'm not passionate about it, but this is a good business decision because there is a really good profit margin in those type of things as well. And it also helped me to diversify my sort of online portfolio where I don't have to rely on only selling mobile phone and accessories at the end of the day. So in the beginning, try to sell whatever you can. Over the period of time, you're going to find out what works for you, what the customer is asking, and then you're going to come and making a decision what sort of category category you should specialize in will be easier for you. So the tip number 3 is you're gonna have to find a way to actually stand out, and this is very easy, and I would say 99% of the people are not doing it. The only people, 1% of the people who are doing it, they are getting sales. And let me give you one example. Like a lot of people, like a lot of new sellers, they start with drop shipping. They will see one item with their supplier, they're gonna list that item, and they're gonna use the same picture, they're gonna use the same title, they're gonna use the same description. They just gonna put a different price, and all of them, they end up competing with each other. None of them is standing in any other way, shape or form other than the price. So when the buyer will go and they will obviously, they say, okay, well, oh, everybody is selling the same item. Of course, they're gonna apply the filter and they're gonna go with the cheapest one, right? But there are the ways you can actually stand out from that crowd and you can make your item look different. And it is the pictures most of the time. A lot of people ask me, Zen, you know, I'm drop shipping. How can I stand out in the terms of picture? I'm like simply like everybody else. I'm doing copy and paste as well. You don't have to do copy and paste. And a lot of people are, Zen, how can I take a pictures then? You can order one item for yourself first. Like go to your dropshipping supplier, order that item for yourself. Let's say that item is £4 or £5. Once the item will arrive, you can obviously resell it on eBay. You're not taking any loss. You know what I mean? But once the item is in front of you, you can take the pictures of the item with a different background. Probably, you know, I talked about in pictures many times, and I don't want to repeat myself again and again, is like once you take a picture, you should have minimum 8 pictures. And I said this many times, like first 4 pictures will be all different angles of the products that you are trying to sell. So if it's this product, like all this every single way, then your next 2 pictures, it should be showing some sort of a real use of it. So this is a remote. Probably I'm holding a remote in my hand, trying to switch off on the light. You know, I'm trying to show the use case of this remote as well. And the last 2 will be your unique selling point, like what makes you different from other people. You know, can you offer a faster shipping, or the quality of the product is higher than the other suppliers, other sellers as well. So like the buyer, most of the time they don't really read description. They will see the pictures, and based on the picture they will make a decision. But every other seller, they are just simply doing a copy and paste from a supplier. As long as you're gonna do copy and paste, the only thing which you have to wait is you're gonna have to get lucky in order for you to get sales in sort of business. But I believe in business, you make your own luck. You know what I mean? So the way to stand out is like people are, no, I don't want to order the product, you know, it's going to cost me money. You can sell the product again. You know, you are into the business. If you're taking this seriously, spending £4 or £5 in order for you to take a professional picture, like all the mobile phone have a professional cameras nowadays as well. So just simply take the picture, upload those pictures. Don't be like a copy and paste guy. Try to optimize your title really well. Use something like, you know, we right here inside the Zik Analytics, they have a title builder right here as well. So inside the title builder, let's say if I'm doing universal remote, let's say if I was trying to sell that, I hope my spellings are right here. You know, I most of the time I spell things wrong anyway. So you can see like all of the keywords right here, and you can see which keywords are getting more sales and which have more competition and which have a more search volume. So try to optimize your listing really well, and this is the way you're gonna get sales and you're gonna stand out of the crowd as well. So in number 4, I'm gonna talk about few different things, to be honest with you, because these are small things at the end of the day, and we do need to keep these in mind at the end. You know, I'm gonna go through as like a rapid fire sort of things. So you should reply to your eBay messages as quickly as can, because eBay do see how much time do you take to reply to your messages. That's the number 1. Number 2, you need to keep in mind that you should use the automation where possible. So what I'm trying to say, a lot of customers, you're going to realize over the period of time, they're going to try to ask you the similar questions. So rather than typing the message again and again, you should have some sort of notes where you can paste the message. So next time if the customer will ask you same question, you can just simply do copy and paste as well. The next thing you need to keep in mind that if it's possible, try to have a Facebook page, try to have an Instagram for your like a store, try to have probably TikTok for your store. You should have some sort of social media visibility. You're not gonna get a lot of traffic in the beginning, but over the period of time, once you try to build a brand, it's gonna be really helpful as well. Then the next thing, a lot of people ask me, Zen, should we design the listing templates like inside the eBay? Should we do the designing inside the template? All that kind of stuff. Keep it simple. The something which the customer can easily read. If they read, honestly, most of the customer don't even read the description as well. So you should wanna, like, you know, if you can do the template, but I never seen that like having a design template have a major impact on a sale. So you don't have to worry about that. If you can, if you are if you're somebody who can easily do that, then by all means go ahead and use the template as well. So the next one that I want to talk about is the last one right here. You need to learn to read the analytics inside the eBay store. So especially I'm talking about your click-through rate, the number of views that you are getting as well, and also on the top of that, you need to see how many impressions your listing is getting. If you want to know more about like how to read the eBay analytics, ask me inside the comments. I will do a dedicated video. Otherwise, if I try to explain you in this video gonna become very longer. But on the top of that, if you need to know how to use Zik Analytics in a detail, I'm gonna put one video right here which gonna be really helpful. Take care. Bye bye.